Hey there, it's another beautiful day. Normally on my channel, I don't like to get into politics too much, but something really interesting came across my feed. So let's watch some stuff.
That headline right there, Kamala Harris survived the debate with help from ABC News. Now, if many of you watched this debate, you probably saw that ABC News, they were fact-checking former President Trump. They were not fact-checking at all. They did not at all fact-check Kamala Harris. So obviously there is a bias that was showing with ABC News when they fact-checked one candidate and not the other. You know, you can guess as to why maybe they did that. Also, it's not like Kamala Harris did not lie. There were several things that could have been fact-checked that were not. So lots of people heaping on a lot of criticism today of ABC News.
Now, if you watched the debate, which I did, I noticed that. And it was really weird how they were fact-checking Donald Trump, but not Kamala Harris. So what was going on there?
Well, it looks like there's a whistleblower coming forward that works at ABC News that has facts and evidence, and he's willing to swear an affidavit, which, if you're lying, you go to jail, that Kamala Harris not only got the questions before the debate, so she was able to prep and rehearse. That's why she sounded so robotic and rehearsed last Tuesday night. And not only that, but she was promised that Donald Trump would be fact-checked, and she would not. So she could just say all the lies she wants, the 2025, the abortion lie, all the lies, and she wasn't going to get fact-checked. Amongst other things he said that he also has proof of. But just those two things right there, that's election interference. That's just what it is. ABC News interfered with the presidential election by rigging the debate for Kamala Harris. Let's see where this goes.
Now that is a particularly interesting piece of information, isn't it? So not only did she potentially have all the questions, but did you know that her campaign actually hired a stand-in? So somebody, I don't know if they look like him, but somebody that behaves in Donald Trump's particular mannerisms to react with her as she answered these questions that she may or may not have already known.
It says an ABC whistleblower is set to expose a rigged debate revealing two key claims. Number one, that Harris's campaign received sample questions that were nearly identical to those asking during the debate. And there was, number two, a promise that Donald Trump would be fact-checked while Kamala Harris would not face any scrutiny at all. Now, the whistleblower also points to several other elements designed to give Harris a significant edge in the debate. Now, they're saying that this whistleblower is going to be coming out here very soon and doing an affidavit exposing what has unfolded between Kamala Harris and between ABC. Now, let me know your thoughts. I know a lot of people said it seemed one-sided. The ABC moderators were definitely for Harris, not helping out Trump, fact-checking him. A lot of people very upset with unfolded. And take a look at this, though. This is coming out from Newsweek. The headlines are saying that Magga is pushing claims of an ABC whistleblower after Harris-Trump debate. So they're saying that these are claims, they are false, but it is starting to spread that they're saying that there is an ABC whistleblower that's coming out and exposing that there was a deal, that there was essentially cheating going on behind the scenes, that she received the questions ahead of time. A lot of people saying that it almost seemed like she was an actress, that it was scripted, that she already knew what was going to be said, that she was not questioned or fact-checked on anything. Yet over and over, time and time again, it was promised that this would be happening to Trump. It would be applied to him.
My political beliefs don't fall squarely on one side or the other. I hold beliefs from both sides of this political divide. And in the interest of covering both sides, did you catch the part where he said that it's believed that Magga Republicans are pushing this particular narrative? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Sorry to make you read, but that makes me think on both sides here. So was there actually a whistleblower that did say, hey, this stuff is happening, and then, he suddenly got into a fatal car accident and just quietly swept under the rug? Or is this all, just part of the facade being put on by the Magga Republicans to be like, oh, they're no longer with us? Right? It's kind of crazy.
Research Center, they said 100% of the stories covered on ABC about Kamala 100% of the time was positive. 93% of the time when they covered you, it was negative. So it was infuriating to watch them fact check you and not her when she brought up IVF, when she brought up Project 2025 several times, and when she brought up Charlottesville. Here are some of the lies that she said about you. Listen.
A detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing.
We covered Project 2025 not very long ago. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check it out. But basically, it says that Donald Trump didn't write it. It was written by the ultra far right, not Donald Trump. Although a lot of the policies are not terrible for the country.
Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatments.
False.
If Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
I personally hate how that is referenced to so many times, because it is true. There are fine people on both sides of anything. Just because you have a difference of opinion doesn't make you a bad person. But there are some people on both sides that are absolutely horrendous, and they take it to another level.
On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
And the bloodbath, you were talking about the economy. It's a term that's used a lot when people are talking about a bad economy. What's your reaction to why didn't the moderators correct her?
Because they're dishonest, and because I think ABC took a big hit last night. I mean, to be honest, they're a news organization. They have to be licensed.
It's interesting how divided television channels are. Journalists are supposed to report what they hear, not correct the person that they are hearing it from. Otherwise, it's just the reporter writing the narrative. Why do they even need to do the interview if they're just going to write it themselves?
You're not going to believe this. ABC just lost $27 million, guys. Advertisers just pulled $27 million worth of ads because of how they dealt with the debate. I've seen multiple people report on this, and this comes just a day after a whistleblower came out and said that somebody gave Kamala all of the questions in advance, and she was told that that Trump would be fact-checked. This is just one day after that. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Nobody knows except ABC, but let me tell you something. They have taken a big reputational hit in the market. Like nobody will trust them anymore. I can see within the next 5 years, ABC going under. I genuinely can, I guess I'm predicting that, right? I guess I'm predicting that. ABC will be gone, like a non-existent company within 5 years. I genuinely believe that. And this will be before the collapse of mainstream media, because mainstream media will be gone within 10 years. Because I don't know if you saw or not, but how many independent journalists pulled 20 times more views than mainstream did? Independent journalism is the future, man.
Unfortunately, journalism is just like any other corporation out there. They're there to make money. And in order to make that money, you have to feed your demographic. So you swing one way or the other. There's no impartiality, which there should be in a situation such as a presidential debate. Additionally, I've seen that there was a 6-page affidavit released by this particular ABC whistleblower. I don't know if it has been fact-checked. I don't know if the fact that the person has passed is accurate. I'm still waiting for this information to come to a head and be proven or disproven. And we'll see what happens. That's enough about that. Let's talk about what happened yesterday.
Donald Trump got shot at again? Yo, this is insane. What? I don't even have words anymore. We now have a former president that has survived 2 assassination attempts. They are literally trying to kill this man.
Obviously hated, in that vacuum is where the conspiracy theories grow. And so I think that's why they're putting up, wisely, putting together a press conference right away. They're learning from some, and I'm talking about the Secret Service now. They're learning from some of the mistakes I think of 2 months ago. They're going to get out there and tell us what the
They learned nothing from what happened 2 months ago. How did this happen again? What?
I can only imagine what it's going to be like if he actually gets elected president.
The Secret Service agent that was on the course did a fantastic job. What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
It would seem that the Secret Service did learn something because they went ahead and they stopped it from actually happening. So good for them. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? Protecting the people that need to be protected. Luckily, this guy was apprehended and he was prevented from doing whatever the hell it is he thought he was going to go there and do. That's enough for politics. Hopefully we can find out what the hell is actually going on in both of these cases that we talked about today. And if I find out, I'll let you know. But for now, check this crap out.
There's a new sport taking over the world, and it's easily the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Imagine tying a string around your face and pulling as hard as possible until you're on the brink of losing consciousness. Now imagine another person sitting back to back from you, and that same string is tied around both your heads. Put that string around your nose and the other guy's nose, then lean forward, tug-of-war style, until each of your faces are on the verge of implosion. The first man who gives up loses. Congrats, you've just had your first ever nose pulling match. Now, don't worry, your face will eventually bounce back and regain its original form. It may take a while, but your nose can handle it. You've just gotta avoid your friends taking pictures of you mid-game and posting on social, cause honestly, it's not a great look. But as a nose puller, you've clearly got a high tolerance for pain, so all those comments on TikTok shouldn't hurt nearly as bad. Alright, who's got next?
How on earth did they get their cartilage? I can't even, oh my gosh, that already hurts. That's crazy. I thought that was the craziest thing I've seen in so long. I had to bring it to you. I hope you enjoyed it. On that note, I'm calling it for today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to watch some new stuff. I'll say different things. It's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.